ISIS recruiters have targeted refugees who may feel out of place here in the U.S.
So we want to know what's being done to protect vulnerable refugees in our area. Our Chris Woodard is getting answers tonight. What did you find out, Chris?
Well, as we've been telling you this week, there are very few Syrian refugees in Washington and Oregon right now. But there is a significant Somali community, and the Somali community nationwide has at times been targeted by ISIS. Here, I learned that regardless of what country a refugee comes from, there are programs in place to help them fit in and feel comfortable.
The armies and the police raided our home. They threatened to kill us.
For Chabi Quayrala, the decision to come to the United States was an easy one. The process was not.
I was in the refugee camp for 20 long years.
A native of the country of Bhutan, Quayrala and his family arrived in Portland in 2008.
It was very tough. It was challenging. I had a lot of barriers.
Like most refugees, he needed help to fit in here, to feel comfortable. That assimilation to life in America is causing concern for some, as groups like ISIS try to recruit in America. For example, the large Somali community in Minnesota has been recruited by terrorists. Somali refugees are one of the largest refugee groups in Washington and Oregon, with 749 people arriving last year.
How do we help them integrating? It has so many processes in itself.
We asked the executive director of Portland's Immigrant and Refugee Community Organization what they do to make new arrivals feel comfortable here.
First we need to really prepare them, culturally, so that way they are very comfortable in moving into a new neighborhood and moving into a new country.
I learned the group has more than 100 social service programs, touching on everything from parenting to education to banking to help getting job training and a job. But maybe most important, they say, is the existing refugee community who can help new arrivals from their own home countries.
Not only that, the agencies or the governmental institutions who are helping, they also had a very strong, their own community-based organization that really help us to provide the comfort, to provide the information, at the very grassroots level.
They give a lot of hopes to the refugees. I'm very proud to be here.
So a big focus here, as you just heard, is on services. And the executive director there said that by the time people arrive in Portland, they're very comfortable with the people they're serving because of the screening process overseas, which, as we've been talking about, is now under some controversy if it needs to change. But he said he's comfortable by the time those folks get here.
Okay, you can argue all you want about refugees here, or refugees coming here, but for the refugees that are here, you have to make sure there's a support system for refugees here.
No matter where they're from.
No matter where they're from.
I think that's an important point.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.